Hey YouTube, here is a Harley Benton Fusion, something the actual name's written down there in the description. So I've been hearing an awful lot about Harley Bentons and folk just raving about them. It's like folk who've got 10 and stuff like that. So I got an opportunity to trade for this for a PV Telecaster. I just really wanted to see what it was like. The spec sheet on this is ridiculous. It really is. It's got a roasted maple neck. It's got locking tuners, stainless steel frets, humbuckers, coil split humbuckers, a Wilkinson 2-point sort of modern type trem on it. It's like contoured heel, mahogany body. Amazing spec list, and I'm going to disagree with a lot of people about Harley Bentons. This will not be popular. It's possible you're really, really lucky and you get a really good one. I suppose. Not seen one yet, but it's possible. This all came from my pal Scott. Got one. It was actually someone brought it into and bought one, like a left-handed telly, and it was horrible. Right, it was a cheap one. It was like 80 quid. This is 350 quid. And it's like their quality control is just rubbish, I think. I don't know. If whenever you look it up, I dare you to find a Harley Benton review that doesn't say lots of times good value for the money. It's not bad for the money. It was brilliant apart from having to do the nut and frets. So I got this in a trade, so this one was already owned by a pro guitarist. So he probably did the nut and the frets. So what I still had to do was rip out the Telecaster switch, which I've had, and I've had this problem before with one. One of my pals has got a George Harrison one, and he put really expensive, like £200 worth of pickups in it, and it was like, and the switch he kept bringing the switch back, and it kept working and not working. I kept resoldering, and basically it's just the switch is crap. They've managed to find a switch that's 10 pence cheaper than a normal one, so I've put in a normal switch which now actually works. See? So then we've got the bridge playing to the PV VK112, 50 watt, all valve amp, no pedals. Yeah, so the neck just looks amazing from the back, and to be honest, it's like one of those things that see when you're you don't see that from the front, but see when you're actually playing your guitar, unless you're doing what I'm doing, which is I can see myself on the screen. This is the bit you see. So yes, the maple neck's for the player, not for. I don't think. To me, it looks kind of like. I mean, it's obviously roasted maple, but it kind of looks like. See, when you get really, really crap rosewood, like really crap, it's kind of that colour, which is putting me off this a little bit from the front, but from the back, I mean, it's because it's maple. That is the colour. It's not crap rosewood. Yeah. So quick demo. So there's a bridge pickup. Split. Both pickups split. Neck pickup. And then if I go buckerize it, neck, both of them, bridge, rat pedal. Yeah, so anyone want to trade it for something or sell it? Like as I said, this is a £350 guitar, but the problem with the Harley Benton thing is, do you know how to set up a guitar and fix things and finish building it? Maybe a Harley Benton's for you. Do you not know any about that stuff? Don't buy a Harley Benton. I mean, I had to, as I said, I'm sure that the chap who had me before me must have cut the nut, because the nut's actually pretty good, and probably did a wee bit of fret work because all the frets are working fine. Great. What he didn't do was sort the pickups, so I had to take the pickups are like kind of put in squint, and they were sitting at crazy angles, which isn't good enough. That's, so now they are. I've done that. I had to do some work on the bridge. I had to basically take the bridge out and then tighten up the bits. It's like they're called, whoever it is puts these guitars together, they're just given a piece of wood and they're going, all right, I'll put part 1 there we go, part 2 goes there, part 3 goes there. They don't know what a bridge or a pickup or anything is, and there's no testing involved. So it's had a couple of £100 worth of work done to it on a £350 guitar, and I just think that I don't think that's a good buy. If you're looking at a £350 guitar, okay, if you're buying a Yamaha or an Ibanez, you don't get stainless steel frets, 2-point Trent Wilkinson hardware, roasted maple. You don't get any of those things, locking tuners. You don't get any of those things, but they build the guitar. They finish building it for you. So if anyone wants a Harley Benton, if you take this one off me, what you're getting is the best it can be, because it's fully working and great. I suppose it is possible that they get put together properly. Maybe some of them just go together just by random chance and turn out to be alright, but that's not really the same thing that happens if you go to, I don't want to say a good company, but you know what I mean. They're very much built to a price. So I'm doing a great job of selling this. No, it's fine. To be honest, the reason I don't like it is I am a bit of a telly fan. If this was made by anyone, it's not PRS styling wise. I don't really like PRS guitars. And they're tens of thousands of pounds and are obviously really good, but I still don't like them. It's something to do with a Telecaster. I think should be a very workmanlike thing. It should really just be 2 bits of wood nailed together with metal plates. How simply can you construct a guitar? A no-nonsense type Bruce Springsteen affair. And this has got too much fancy stuff on it for me to be a Telecaster. If it was a Strat or a different shape with all these appointments, maybe yes, but it's a telly. When does it stop being a telly? And to be honest, I think once you start putting fancy tops on it and stuff, it kind of stops being a telly, although the outline of the guitar's telly. The neck on it's actually it's a nice telly. It's quite chunky. The neck's actually really nice on it. And I can't go over how good it is when you're actually playing it to look at the back. I had that before on one of my pals has got an Ibanez bass, which has got it's like a 5-piece neck, and it's got 2 stripes that run down the back of the neck, which you can't see from the front, but when you're playing it you do, and every time you go, yeah. Another one I keep looking at is see my Raider there, so it's got sparkly paint on it. It's also got sparkly paint on the back of the neck and on the top of the headstock, so when you're standing playing it with downlighters, they glitter off the top of the headstock, and you go, oh cool. You can't see that from outside, but that's kind of so it's purely for the player's satisfaction, this really, really flamed, fancy looking neck. Yeah, but it's a good telly. Or is it a telly? I don't know. So I will trade this for something more to my taste, being a bit more, I don't know, something else, or just sell it. If you're looking at buying one, I would again with all these things, if you can try it first, you'll see if you like it. You'll see if there's anything major wrong with it. I have heard of folk buying Harley Bentons, and there was a guy who said he just, whenever he wanted a new one, the guy had about 10, he had a full collection, and he just bought 3. So he buys 3, assuming one of them will be really good, and 2 of them he'll just send back, and he just gets his money back for them, which is a bit, is that unethical? I don't know. There's something wobbly about having to do that, but this is the whole thing with modern day, when you have to try and you've got to buy guitars from pictures. I've noticed this. I mean, all the companies do this as well. Like your Epiphones and Squire do it as well, where if you're buying it online, how does it look on the spec sheet and on photos is more important to how it plays or how well it's built, because you're not actually going into the shop and trying it and going, oh, I'll try this, and then I'll try the Squire next to it. Oh, see which one's the better guitar to play. And it's like, whether it can be made into a guitar is something else, but I mean, if you can do the work yourself, yeah, if you don't mind fidgeting about. You see an awful lot of people buying Harley Bentons, and like they buy like the £100 tail. Not that this is the expensive one, nearly the top of the range, I think. You know, £350. You know, they buy the £100 one, and then they put £150 worth of pickups and hardware on it, which is, I suppose, if that's what you want to do, I don't see the point in that. Personally myself, I suppose this is the one that's already got all the hardware on it, plus they've routed out for the bridge and all that stuff. Yeah, so I've also set it up because darn tootin' it won't be set up from the factory. You know, the intonation stuff. Do you know how to do that? I suppose you could buy Harley Benton and learn. So that, you know, the intonation's been done, the truss rod's been adjusted, the nut's been cut. You know, all the things that I didn't have to do with my FGN one. Okay, it was a bit more expensive, but not that much more expensive, and I didn't have to do any of those things. It's like I picked it up and I went, woohoo, we're away. Put new strings on it because the ones that were on it were at my gauge. That's it. Whereas nobody's done this on this guitar. I even noticed something here when you go into things like the screw thing for the bridge. There was a bolt in the back that hadn't been tightened up, and it's like, anybody who's tested one of these is going up here, oh, the trem arm's wobbly. Unfortunately, you do have to take the bridge off to screw it in from the back, but I mean, yeah. But did you know that, or did you just accept the fact that you've got a wobbly trem? It's not wobbly now it works. Yeah. So as you can tell, I'm shit at selling things. I can't rip anyone off though. So I mean, I'm selling this, and this one works. But my advice on, if you're looking at this thinking, oh, I might buy one of them, they look really good on the internet. Yes, they look really good on the internet. There's loads of positive reviews, folks saying they're pure amazing. But you'll notice that they always, as I said, they always say for the money. It's never, this is an amazing guitar. Plenty of amazing guitars. These are amazing guitars. This is an amazing guitar for the money. Notice I didn't mention the money of these. Is it an amazing guitar or is it not an amazing guitar? Read into that what you will. And if you look up the reviews, even though people give them 5 stars, it's like, up here, all I had to do was take it into the Lutheran and get the nut sorted, and you're like, paying £350 for a guitar? It's like, maybe I'm just old-fashioned. I want it to play out the box. I'm not expecting it to be set up exactly the way I like it. I would be expected to be set for the everyman, you know, sort of medium action as opposed to high action or low action. I would probably rather have low action. It's now currently sitting at, I would say, medium-low. Which is the way most people would like it. But yeah, it's like, the fact that it is set up. Rock on, and if you're after the Harley Benton experience, go for it. This one doesn't need done up. It's got Roswell pickups in it. Roswell pickups are always good. I don't know why people always change the pickups in them. I've never had any issues. I mean, I've had half a dozen Harley Bentons in getting fixed. A couple with this fucking switch that you just basically just take it out, throw it in the bin, buy another one. The switches are only like £3 for like one that works. So that's me buying one from eBay to buy a £3 switch, and it's like, okay, we've got £350 guitars, got all this hardware on it. What kind of switch do we put in it? I know the cheapest switch you could possibly get. It's like, and if I'm paying £3 for it from China, free postage, they're buying it for 40p for the good one. Oh no, we can get cheaper than the 40p. We put a 20p switch in it. Yeah, it's like, really? Is that the best? That your best move? Anyhow, rock on.